Good afternoon. Today I'm going to show how to use the program WMBatch to convert from the map file 001 format to an E5-1296, also known as AMK. We're going to set up a directory, and we're going to have two subdirectories inside, one for our input files and one for our output files, which currently, of course, is empty. And then we'll have a batch file to launch the WMBatch program and what I call a command or script file that will control it step by step. Let's look first at the batch file. It's pretty simple. It's got three arguments. The first argument is simply starting up the WMBatch 64 program. The second argument points to the location and name of our script file, which is called MAP001 to E5.txt. The third argument defines the location and name of our log file. All right, let's look at the MAP001 to E5.txt file. So let's examine what we have in this text file and what it does. First of all, anything with a pound sign is a comment, and I like to comment so I can go back later and see what I did. The first step is always to define your input and output directories. So that's the keyword input dir and output dir. And you see we've pointed to the input where our files are located and the output where we want to produce the new map files. In this case, because we have a lot of files in one directory that we want to convert, we're going to use this loop function called repeat start files in, and then the argument there is whatever directory has our input files. So the first command is to open the file name. File.ext is file name, and this is the extension. And we're telling it the format is MAP001. Now we issue the command convert, and we're converting to format E5-1296, which is the AMK format. However, this particular version of 1296 uses 2 ASCII characters instead of the default of 1. So we have to put ASCII 2 to ensure that we get the 2 characters. If we only want a 1 ASCII character, we'll put ASCII 1 there. At this point, we can map the bin codes from the MAP001 over to the AMK file. Anytime we see a 00 in 001, we want that to be FF in the AMK. And as far as XX, we'll leave that at XX. We'll leave the 01 at 01, and we'll leave 99 at 99. This assumes that you know what these things mean and you know what bin codes you want on this side. Finally, after we've made that bin code matching, we want to save that file. And I want to append _e5.txt to the end of the file name. Once that's been done, you want to loop back and do the next file in the list. So you use the repeat command, and it will end when there's no more files. Okay, so that's our script file, and that'll enable us to do all of those files in one command. So let's see how this works now. I'm just going to double click here. And it worked in just literally less than a second. So let's look at our output. If we look at our output, it was empty before, but now we've got these files, and notice that we kept this whole part here. Now we have the _e5.txt at the end of it, so we know that these are E5, but we know the lot number and the wafer number from here. Let's look at the inside of this guy. So this is the header, and you can see that the wafer ID is correct. This is the 01. There's our lot ID. This probe date was probably picked up from the input file. You have all your information here about the dies and the references and everything. Here you have your bin code definitions. Okay, so you see FF instead of the old one. And then here's your map. You can see all these FFs around the outside. And then here you see your 01s for good die. There's your 99s, probably a bad die. Thank you very much.